So, caring too much causes unnecessary suffering. That's what I learned from my own experience. The more you care, the more you're going to suffer, because caring is actually attachment, right? Think of it. The more you care about a job, the more you're going to suffer, or the more the job going to have control over you, right? So the more you care about a job, the more you attach to the job. If you attach to something, then that means if something happened to that something you attach to, then you're going to be affected by that shit. But if you do not care, or you're not attached to that job, then whatever happened with that job, you don't really care. So not caring is like a fucking superpower, because the more you do care, the more you detach, the more nothing cannot really sway you. You check what I showing you. So yeah, that's how I feel about not caring. Let's see if I have more to say on the subject. Let me just think. Let me just ponder. Let me ponder. Yeah, caring too much. Another example: caring about a beach too much is gonna cause unnecessary suffering. Right? Right or wrong? The more you care about, I don't want to say a beach, but the more you care about a girl or a woman, the more you're going to suffer, because you care. You actually care. Right? When you actually care, people can use that to their advantage, because you care too much. You too attached. But when you do care, then you moving like water. You're not really attached to anything. You're just flowing around everything, because you do not care. So I feel like that's the mentality that I gained over the years of experience with like everything I learned. I feel like it culminating into that one thing: not caring, not caring. I feel like caring that they start all the problems. Caring starting all the problems, right? Because the more you care, the more you care, then that means if something happened to something you care, then that's an issue for you. But if you didn't care, that wouldn't be an issue. So the problem is caring. Because the more you care, then you're attached to something. So if you're not attached, then nothing cannot really affect you. And if nothing cannot really affect you, then you holding all your power, right? Because if the outside world cannot affect you, then you deciding what can affect you by not caring. So caring about something is deciding that that thing going to affect me at some point in time. Caring about if you have a shirt, how people looking at you. If you care about how people looking at you, then that could affect you. What people say could affect you. I don't know why the sun's so fucking hot, but we're doing that video. I've been putting off that video just because like I care too much. I care too much. So I feel like you will never do care 100%, right? They have levels to that shit. So like it's a process. It's a process. Nobody not perfect. Everybody care, but it's like everybody care, but it's realizing what you care about and deciding not to care about what you care about, so that you could really and truly not care and be detached from everything. Like for example, doing that video, I kind of care too much about what people think, but now I realize everything and I do not care. That's why I do not have a shirt. That's why I sweated. That's why I outside behind some galvanized on a chair behind my house doing a video. They probably have people listening to me right now doing a video, but I do not care, because why should I actually care? Think of it. Why should you care? Why should you care? Why? Why should you care? Why should you attach yourself to something? Why should you care? Why? I sweating bullets right now. I don't know. It's the Caribbean, guys. I in St. Lucia. The sun, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I sweating. But I do not care. Think of it. I do not care. I'm going to post that video today. And it's probably going to be a bunch of people going to see it. And who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? I'm not going to die if anybody have different opinions of me. Nigga, I do not care. Guys, it's actually liberating when you do not care so much, right? Because when you do not care, you realizing that life not so serious. Life not so fucking serious, right? Nothing we taking serious actually serious. The job not that serious. The woman not that serious. The car not that serious. The shoes not that serious. Having a shirt not that serious. Posting not that serious. It's because we care too much. We're giving things too much importance. Things that don't need importance, we're giving it too much importance, right? When you give something importance, you're giving it your energy. When you give something your energy, you're giving it power over you. When you give it power over you, it have the ability to affect you. And if it have the ability to affect you, it have the ability to sway your emotional state. So when you wake up in the morning, just because you care about that dumb bitch so much, if she don't text you, then you feeling a kind of way. You feeling, wow, that girl I text me and every day I text her. That's because you care too much. If you didn't care, you would have go about your day like normal. And none of that shit would affect you. And the fact that you don't care so much, it attracting, I don't know, it just attracting opportunities. I telling you, I feel like I could show you screenshots of shorties that just texting me and I leaving them unseen. Because I do not fucking care again, no, I do not care. I do not care. I do not care. I do not care. That's the, yeah. That's the title of that video, you know. I do not care. So in future, more videos like that coming out where I just in my backyard ranting about different things. I mean, that's the first video, so I'm not perfect at it. But I really and truly do not care. And I feel like that's the best video to start out, you know. Not care. Not care. What else? Let me think. I'm not yet finished yet. I'm not yet finished yet. Make that be. I'm not yet finished yet. Right? I'm not yet finished yet. Care. Do not care. Okay. When we think about care, what is care actually? What is care? Care, another word for care is attention, right? Because if you care about something, your attention on it, right? Your attention on it, because you care about it. Anything you care about, your attention on it. You care about your mother, you're going to give her attention. You care about your father, you're going to give her attention. You care about your car, you're going to wash it every day. You're going to give it your attention, you're going to give it your energy, right? You only have a certain amount of energy, right? Every day, let's say you have 10 units of energy. You have 10 units of energy you're waking up with every day. The more you care about irrelevant shit, that eating away at your energy. So that 10 units of energy, because you care about that ride so much, because you care about a shorty so much, because you care about a job so much, it's taking away from the 10 units of energy you have. So if you care about 3 things, it could take 3 units of energy away from the 10 that you have, leaving you with 7 units of energy, leaving you with less energy than what you started with, for no potential benefit to yourself. Why are you giving them shit your energy? Big up yourself, bud. Why are you giving them shit your energy and you're not getting anything back? Why? Why should you be expending your energy when you're not... What? You think of your energy as an investment. You're not just going to put up $1,000. You're just not going to... Well, people are going to do it. Let me think of an analogy. Think of your energy as money, right? You want to invest your money in opportunities that are going to give you more money back. You want to spend your energy on things that are going to give you more energy back. You don't want to spend your energy on things that are going to take away your energy and not give you anything and leave you less than what you started with. Yes, I get it. So in that scenario, you want to put your attention on things that actually going to give you more energy back. For example, meditating. You care about meditating, you're going to meditate every day. When you meditate every day, it's going to actually uplift you. You're going to have a clear mind. You're going to see life neutrally instead of seeing life through a distorted lens. Right? So what the point I get into is that if caring is energy, like if you care about something, you're putting energy out to it, or you're giving it your energy, then we should be really thinking about what we care about. Think of it in reality, what you care about, why you care about that so much. Does that give me anything? Does that benefit me? Why should I care about that so much? You have to ask yourself these questions and evaluate different things in your life, just like I did. You check it? You check it? So, I mean, nobody not perfect. We all going to care about things that irrelevant to us. We all going to care about family members that not doing anything for us. But just because they family members, and just because we go back, just because of our past, just because of how close we was in the past, you care about them still. But they're not actually benefiting you. So you have to purge yourself from caring. Purge yourself from caring. When you're in reality, nothing really matters. My phone don't matter. My phone could break today. I don't matter. I could probably die next week. Nothing really matters. Nothing is permanent. So why the fuck should we care about things that are not permanent? Why should we care at all? Why should we care at all? I probably have the wrong view on everything. I probably just don't care a lot. But tell me, why should we actually care? Why should we care? If you go and sleep and you don't wake up, why should you actually care? Why you care? Why you care about that? You know that today you live. Right now, you had a good life. If you get taken away there today, why should you care? Why should you care? Okay, I feel like I overdo it. I overdoing it, but I do not care. I do not care if I overdoing it or if I underdoing it. Why should you actually care? That's the question I pose into you as the viewer. Why do you care so much?